Hey guys. If there are a lot of loud noises in this video, I'm really sorry. My husband is in the house and he's making a ton of noise. Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen for today's very exciting video. I had so much fun in my Christmas cocktail video that I thought, why not try it again? I have 3 or 4 fun cocktails ready to go that I had never made before with some ingredients that I had never tried before. So we are going to get right into this video and make some cocktails. The first drink we're going to try is called a Harvey Wallbanger. I have tried this drink before one time about 1.5 years ago. And I remember it was on the menu at this pub that Brandon and I went to, and I thought the name was so hilarious that I really wanted to try it. And from what I remember, it was really delicious and it had kind of a creamsicle flavor. So we're going to make that first and give it a shot. And I also looked up who Harvey Wallbanger is because I thought he must be someone important or something. Why would a drink be named after him? And this drink was actually made up by a world champion mixologist, you know, similar in talent to me, obviously. And he named this drink after some surfer that was at his bar a lot. So he's not even he's no one famous. He's just a customer of this world champion mixologist. So we are going to get right into the Harvey Wallbanger. Okay, the Harvey Wallbanger is made with vodka, orange juice, this vanilla flavored liquor called Galliano, and it's garnished with an orange wedge and a maraschino cherry. So we are going to get right into mixing this drink up. Okay guys, here we are. We are ready for the taste test. I have very high hopes for this one because when I tried this 1.5 years ago, I remember that it was very delicious, and that is what inspired the second video. I really wanted to try to make a Harvey Wallbanger myself. So let's give it a shot and see if it tastes good. And I have to say, looks wise, I think this is a beautiful drink. I think that it's very quick and easy, but it looks quite fancy. So this would be a good drink if you're hosting and entertaining, as long as it's actually delicious and not disgusting. So we are going to find out. Okay, let's see. It also said that you're supposed to float the Galliano liquor on top. That makes me nervous because I feel like if you float it on top, doesn't that mean the vanilla won't mix with the rest of it? So I'm gonna mix it a little. I'm doing it. There's no going back. Okay, well anyway, I did it. So I guess if it's gross, maybe that's why, but let's try. Oh yeah. That is a delicious drink. This is a creamsicle in a glass. This is a delicious drink. If you like creamsicles, if you like orange, vodka, vanilla, then this is 100% the drink for you. So fast, so easy, so delicious. 10 out of 10, recommend you get yourself a Harvey Wallbanger. Okay, this next drink caught my eye because of its name. And its name sounds awful. It's called the Hairy Navel Cocktail. Isn't that just the worst name? Like, that is a hairy navel cocktail. But of course, when I saw that, I thought I have to make it and see if it's any good. And thankfully, the ingredients sound really good. I guess a fuzzy navel is some type of drink. Like, obviously, I am no kind of bartender or mixologist in any way, but apparently a fuzzy navel is like a certain category, and this is a hairy navel because it has vodka. So anyway, terrible name, but a good sounding drink. So we are going to try it out, mix it up. It's another one that's really fast. So we're going to just mix it up right now and test it out. Okay, this recipe calls for vodka and peach schnapps and orange juice. So I think it's a good transition from the Harvey Wallbanger into this because at least it has orange juice and vodka. So we are going to add in our glass of ice 1 shot of vodka, 1 shot of peach schnapps, and then we're going to fill the glass with orange juice, garnish with an orange slice, and see how it tastes. Okay, so first impressions is that this drink looks very similar to the last one, probably especially because of the garnish and the straw and the glass. So the presentation's the same, and it also has orange juice. But the flavoring should be completely different because this has peach schnapps instead of that vanilla liquor. So I'm assuming this is going to be a completely different drink. So let's see what the hairy navel tastes like. It's a really nice drink. Yes, that's a nice drink. You can taste the liquor, but you can really taste the peach. And this is a lovely, simple drink. I highly recommend this one. Very easy to whip up. If you like fruity drinks, then yeah, this is one you'll like. I have nothing bad to say. I think it's pretty. I think it tastes good, and I would give this one probably a 10 out of 10. Very good drink. We are now moving on to the third cocktail, which I am very excited to try. It's called a Catalina Margarita, and it looks beautiful, and it has this really striking blue color. So I'm very excited to try this one out. So this drink calls for tequila, peach schnapps, blue curacao, if I'm saying that correctly. Up until about an hour ago, I actually thought that was called blue curacao until the lovely lady at my local liquor store informed me that that is not how you say it. And sour mix, fresh sour mix. So here's the problem with this recipe. Like I said, I went to my liquor store in my community and tried to buy blue curacao. Unfortunately, my liquor store does stock a lot, but it doesn't have every single item, and something like this, which is not a super popular liquor, unfortunately, they do not sell it. So I almost scrapped this drink, but it's so cool looking, and I wanted to use my blender and make a really fun drink. So I am making a substitute. As we all know, my substitutions do not always work out very well, but we are just going to try this one out. I'm not giving up on it. Okay, well actually, if I'm being honest, I don't know how it's pronounced.
Blue curacao.
And I also don't know what it tastes like, but for some reason in my head, I feel like it tastes blue raspberry. And I'm probably completely incorrect in that, but I feel like a sweet kind of tart margarita, like a fruity tart margarita is something that I've tried before. I'm not sure. But for some reason, that's what I have in my head. That's kind of a blue raspberry flavoring. And I happen to have a blue raspberry martini mix. So this is not a liquor, but it is a drink mix. So I am hoping that this is somewhere in the realm of what that blue curacao tastes like, and that this substitution will be okay. We will find out very shortly. I also don't have sour mix, which this recipe calls for, but I looked up what that was, and it's a mixture of simple syrup, lemon, and lime. So I don't have simple syrup, and I have looked everywhere for that. So could someone please comment below and let me know what that is? Like, is it the same thing as corn syrup? I've looked at like 3 or 4 grocery stores, and from my Google search, it told me it should be in the aisle where the honey is. And anyway, I can't find a single thing that says simple syrup. So I have found corn syrup. So if that's the same thing, someone please comment below, let me know. But anyway, I'm going to try to make up my own little sour mix and just hope it works. So this recipe, we're really taking some liberties here. We're going a little rogue, and we are going to make it work. I'm going to try to make a frozen margarita mix because I have a new blender that I want to try out, and I really like frozen drinks. So let's get right into this one. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is add some ice and a little bit of water to my blender so I can mix it up and use that as the slush in this margarita. Okay, so I have blended up our ice cubes to make the slush for the drink, and the first thing we need to do before we mix our ingredients is prepare the glass. Okay, now that we have the glass prepared, we are ready to add the ingredients. So this Catalina margarita recipe calls for 1.5 ounces of tequila, 1 ounce of peach schnapps, 1 ounce of blue curacao, and 1/2 ounce of sour mix. So I really don't know anything about tequila whatsoever. I've drank tequila in drinks before, but I've never made my own drink with tequila. So I picked up the only tequila that my local liquor store sold, which is this bottle, Saza, I guess. It was the only tequila they had. And for the sour mix, like I said, that's usually lemon and lime mix with a simple syrup. So I don't have a simple syrup, but I do have lemon and lime. And I am making my own little concoction here. And if you are a bartender or you are any kind of a cook or anyone that knows anything about mixing drinks, you probably aren't going to want to watch this part of the video because it will probably make you cringe. I am just doing a free-for-all here and it might go terribly south and you might watch this and be screaming at the screen. So let me know below what I could do differently to fix this, but I suspect just stop bartending altogether maybe is the best option, but I'm just gonna keep going. So for the sour mix for my own concoction, what I'm going to do, I have squeezed 1/2 a lemon and 1/2 a lime into this glass, and I'm going to add some stevia. I do not have simple syrup, like I said, so the stevia, I'm just going to add a tiny bit because that's really, really sweet, and I hope that that will replicate whatever sour mix is. It's still going to be tart and sour, but a little bit sweet, so we'll do that right now. So here's my stevia packet and my 1/2 a lime, 1/2 a lemon juice, and I'm just gonna add like just a pinch, basically, is what I added. So I will mix that up. Should I taste test it? Do you think? Maybe I'll taste test it because if it's like only sour, is it supposed to be sour? I don't know. Woo! Whew, it's sour, but you know what? I like it. I like tart stuff, so it's actually really good. It's kind of like a really sour lemonade. Okay, I think we are going to go with this sour mix and let's add the ingredients. Okay, so this is the tricky part because the recipe called for 1 ounce of blue curacao, but obviously I'm not adding that. I'm adding this blue martini mix. And I know that these drinks are really, really strong. Not strong, it has no alcohol in it, but like very, very sweet and concentrated. So I'm not going to add 1 ounce of this. I might add 1/2 ounce, stir it up and taste it and see what I think. And then if I have to add more, I will. But I don't want to overpower the whole cocktail with like a really, really, really sweet flavor. So let's try it. Okay, you guys, it is time for the moment of truth for this Catalina margarita. And I shouldn't even call it that because I didn't follow the recipe hardly whatsoever. But this somewhat Catalina margarita. And like I said, if I try this and it's really, really strong, I will add more of the blue raspberry martini mix. But let's give it a shot. I think I actually won't use my straw because the sugar on the rim is going to help me. So let's try it out. Interesting. It's really nice. Somehow it's almost salty. Does tequila taste salty? I don't know. I don't know how. How am I drinking sugar and tasting salt? That's a really nice drink. Yeah, I like this one. Really good drink. Also, I think it looks really nice. I love the like minty blue. It's very fresh and this would look really nice at a party. Very simple to make. And I did the slushy part, which I mean, basically has melted away anyway. So you wouldn't even have to do the slush. You could just either pour this over ice or maybe you know how to make a slush better than I do. But yeah, super easy to make. Tastes really good. I don't have anything bad to say about this. If you don't like tequila, you might not like this, but otherwise, very good drink. Okay, so this last drink is a drink that I have ordered before at a bar, but I have never made myself, and it's more common than the last few. So it is called a Sex on the Beach. And this drink seems pretty straightforward, and I know that I've tried it before at a bar and I have enjoyed it. So I am hoping that I don't fail miserably at replicating that. It sounds pretty easy. So it's vodka, cranberry juice, orange juice, and peach schnapps with ice, and then garnished with a lime, I think. Yeah, a lime, some maraschino cherries. So it sounds pretty simple, but that doesn't mean it's going to taste good. So let's mix all the ingredients together and try it out. Okay, I have a few comments about this drink before I try it. First off, it is not very pretty. So I don't remember it being so ugly, but the colors mix, and you can see it's kind of this dirty looking brown. So it's definitely not as nice looking as the last few drinks. And also I chose the wrong size glass, or I put too much ice, one or the other. But this thing is filled to the absolute brim, and it is actually spilling over a little bit as we speak. So I am nervous to pick it up, but I'm going to try. And so if you make this recipe, choose a larger glass than I did, because it is like filled to the absolute top. But we are going to give it a taste test. I'm scared to even stir it in case it spills over. I'm just gonna give it a quick stir. Okay, let's give it a shot. So let's try the Sex on the Beach and see if it tastes as good as it sounds. Oh yeah, that's delicious. Might not be very pretty. I don't think that looks like great presentation. I like the cherries on the bottom. I think that adds a little bit, in the lime wedge obviously, but otherwise it's kind of an ugly looking drink, but it tastes good. Yeah. If you like citrus, you can taste the cranberry, but it definitely is downplayed a bit by the orange juice. The alcoholic side isn't very strong. It doesn't like hit you that it's liquor. It tastes more like, I would say the most dominant flavor in this is cranberry. That's a really nice drink. One strange thing about this recipe though is that it called for like 3 1/3 ounces of orange juice and 3 1/3 ounces of cranberry, and then 3/4 of an ounce of the vodka and the peach schnapps. So that's really hard to measure out. I'm not sure why they made such a complicated ratio. Like 1/3 of an ounce is a very hard thing to measure accurately. So probably each time you mix this, the flavor would be a little bit different if you were mixing a single drink. But if you did 3 times that recipe, it would be easier to measure out. So maybe try that. Maybe triple this recipe and it would be easier to measure. But otherwise, I think this is a really nice drink. Aside from the look, yeah, I think that it's a nice drink, and it would be good for a party and easy to mix up. All of these drinks are really easy to mix up. Okay, you guys, so if you like fruity cocktails, those are 4 great options for you to try. Out of the 4, I would have to say that my #1 drink for taste is probably the Harvey Wallbanger. I love a creamsicle, so I think that's a really unique taste. My second favorite drink is probably the margarita, because I think it's such a beautiful looking drink with the blue and the sugar around the rim. I think that that's super easy to mix up, but it looks really nice. If you're hosting a party, I think that would be a drink that would wow people. I like all of these drinks, but I really prefer a fruity tart drink. So they're definitely up my alley. There's a reason I chose these ones in particular. So if you like fruity drinks, then yeah, I think that any of these probably would be ones you would like. The margarita is the least sweet and fruity of them all. So it's a little bit saltier, I would say, compared to the rest of the drinks. So if you really like something fruity, then maybe stay away from that one. Which isn't even the correct margarita mix. I mean, that's my recipe. You can try the actual margarita recipe and maybe it would turn out much nicer. And I am going to pick up the blue curacao and try the correct recipe, and I will compare them. But mine is a pretty good substitute, and I still think it tastes really good. So let me know what other recipes, like what your favorite cocktail recipe is, or like a really funny cocktail recipe or a really difficult one. Comment them below, because I love this style of video, and even though I am absolutely no kind of bartender at all, I have a lot of fun making these videos. And it's really fun for me just to try the different recipes and see what I like, especially right now where we can't go out and do anything. This is kind of like a fun thing to do on the weekend. So let me know your favorite cocktail recipe, or even if it's not your favorite, a really like funny, ridiculous recipe you found that you would like to see me try. So comment those below. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more terrible bartending in the future. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And thank you so much for watching. Okay, bye-bye.